Scottsboro City Council meeting Monday, September 22nd to order. The invocation given by Mr. Kinnemer and the pledge of allegiance given by Mr. Gary Stewart.
Let us pray. Almighty God, we give you thanks and praise for the great goodness towards us, towards this country, this state, and this city. We ask you to be with the elected officials, the people at all levels of government, especially this council here gathered to conduct public business. Lead, guide, and direct them. In these things they do not, and in all things they do. These things we ask in Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Phillips, will you do a roll call, please?
Mr. Smith?
Here.
Ms. McCurdy? Here. Mr. Gary Stewart?
Here.
Mr. Miller?
Here.
Mr. Patrick Stewart?
Here. We'll go to the adoption of the agenda. Do I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
Make a motion to adopt the agenda.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? None will vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Next item is approval of previous minutes from September 8th, 2014. I have a motion to approve the previous minutes from September 8th.
I make the motion.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion on that? None will vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. There is no business, so we'll go to new business. First item tonight is to consider resolution award of fuel bid. Ms. Phillips, will you read that, please?
This is just an annual fuel bid. We posted one bid, we had 5 bids, and received 1 bid for fuel. Jack Oil bid for the street department, 87 octane, 0.109 cents above cost. 89 octane, 0.109 cents above cost. Number 2 diesel, 0.115 cents above cost. For the cemetery and landfill, 87 octane, 0.25 cents above cost. 89 octane, 0.25 cents above cost. Diesel fuel, 0.25 cents above cost. It's recommended that the bid be awarded to Jack Oil as the only responsible bidder that met specifications.
So with that being said, do I have a motion to award the fuel bid to Jack Oil?
I'll make a motion.
A second.
Second.
Any discussion? Not will vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Next item is to consider the resolution award the Recom cleaning bid. Ms. Phillips.
This is also the annual bid for the Recom cleaning. We posted 1 bid, and there were 7 bids, and received 4 bids for the cleaning service. Kelly Barong bid $29,200 a year. BGMC cleaning bid $43,800 per year. D&N janitorial bid $48,100. And Vanguard cleaning bid $25,680 per year. It's recommended that the bid be awarded to Vanguard Cleaning Systems as the lowest responsible bidder that met specifications.
So with that being said, do I have a motion to award the Recom bid to Vanguard Cleaning Systems for $25,680?
I make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Not will vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Next item is to consider resolution to award Redcom pool chemical bid. Ms. Phillips, will you read that, please?
This is also the annual bid for the pool chemicals. We posted one bid, mailed 2 bids, and received 1 bid. The bid was received from Andrews Pool Company, and it is recommended that they be awarded the bid as the lowest responsible bidder that met specifications.
So that being said, do I have a motion to award the Redcom pool chemical bid to Andrews Pool Company?
Make a motion that we award the bid to Andrews Pool Company.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? If not, we'll vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Next item is to announce the appointments for municipal judge. At this time, I have open the floor to nominations for this position held by Judge Ryder.
Mr. President, I'd like to nominate James A. Nick.
Any other nominations? Any other nominations? If not, close the nominations. All in favor for James A. Mick as municipal judge, say aye. All opposed, say no. It passes. James A. Mick is the new municipal judge,
Effective September 26th.
effective September 26th. No one put in for the assistant municipal judge, so I believe we will extend that until our next council meeting. Anyone that's interested needs to apply. Ms. Phillips. Next item is to announce the 2 appointments for the prosecutors. Take nominations for the position held by Mr. Brian Rice. Do I have any nominations for anyone that's holding that position for Mr. Brian Rice?
I'll nominate Brian Rice.
Any other nominations? If not, we'll close the nominations for his position. We'll vote. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, say no.
Mr. President,
Yes.
just want to let you know that I'm not voting for this. My wife did apply for it, so I'm not
Recuse
interested in either one of these positions.
yourself. Thank you, Gary. We'll open up the floor for the next position for prosecutor that's held by Patricia Cobb Stewart. Do I have any nominations for that position?
Mr. President, I'd like to nominate Derek Patterson.
Any other nominations?
I'd like to nominate Patricia Cobb Stewart.
Any other nominations? If not, we'll close the nominations. We'll do a roll call vote for Patricia Cobb Stewart. Ms. Phillips, will you call?
Mr. Smith,
No.
Ms. McCurry,
Yes.
Mr. Gary Stewart. No, I'm sorry. Mr. Miller,
Yes. Wait, I'm sorry, which?
For Patricia Cobb Stewart. Okay.
Mr. Patrick Stewart.
Yes. We'll go to number 7, announce the 2 appointments for the Water, Sewer, and Gas Board. Do I have any nominations for the seat that's held by Charles Yarborough?
I'll nominate Charlie Yarborough.
Any other nominations? If not, we'll close nominations for this seat. We'll vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Now we'll open up the floor to nominations for the seat held by Ellen Matthews. Do I have any nominations?
I nominate Ellen Matthews.
Any other nominations? If not, we'll close it. Close the nominations, and we'll vote. All in favor for Ellen Matthews, vote aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. We'll go to delegations. Gary Morgan.
Thank you, Mr. President, council members, citizens of Scottsboro. That's what I wanted to discuss with you just a few minutes here is about this plan for redevelopment. I do support the redevelopment. I think that downtown Scottsboro area, and what I understand, moving out 1 mile from the northwest corner of the square is a good idea. There are areas of urban life, and as the papers I've presented to you, it describes exactly what urban life is. And it's a little different than what most people think. If I may just for a moment give a simple definition, something that impairs growth, withers hopes and ambition, or impedes progress and prosperity. Within planning and redevelopment practice, blight may refer to these impairments on the physical fabric, buildings, properties, public improvements, on community structure, and social fabric of the community. In redevelopment, there is one thing, you know, that the folks that came forward from the Scottsboro Committee and the Revitalized Scottsboro, and talked a lot about entertainment on the downtown square. Okay? Obviously, that is a wonderful thing, but the purpose of redevelopment is not solely entertainment, although entertainment may be one of those factors in a redevelopment plan. And really my purpose of coming forward tonight is to stress the importance to all involved in this to have a definitive plan when you go forward into this process of redevelopment, so that any redevelopment plan and focus of a redevelopment authority will have a positive effect, a well-rounded effect in improving the environments of the downtown Scottsboro area. And of course that would also include the north part of town, particularly the old industrial area. At one time, man, it looked terrible up there, and there's still a lot of improvements that can be made. To include Scottsboro's property up there on that side of town. You know, there are basic premises that should underlie and support all redevelopment, and those are 5 premises. One is clearly defined process for determining eligibility of designated areas in which municipality or governments have the authority to engage in redevelopment projects, including both prevention and elimination of blight, and provision for public-private partnerships. Of course, you already have the CDC, CDA, Commercial Development Authority, and the way I see it as an observer and been following city government for a long time, the Commercial Development Authority and redevelopment would work hand in hand to improve the downtown area of Scottsboro. A means of choosing partners that is fair and open, equitable, transparent, while protected of trade secrets or other proprietary data, and demonstrated to be the best choice of the public interest. 3, mechanisms to prevent the use of partnerships to subvert the responsibilities that are imposed on the public agency. Although a redevelopment authority, much like CDA, would be developed under a corporate authority of the state, financing of that authority and financing of projects, as has occurred with other corporate authority, always falls back on the council. So unless there's some extreme or strange, I guess you would say, wantonness of a bank locally to finance such an opportunity, Scottsboro is going to be responsible for this in the bottom line. And that's important. And of course, this ensures a due process. So you just, because of the finances, you cannot absolve your personal responsibility as a council, whether it be y'all or somebody else later down the road. Assurance that public-private partnerships adhere to the adopted plans of the jurisdiction and requirements for clearly defined responsibilities and liabilities of public and private partners. And I know it, I think it's interesting, Mrs. White is going to give you all a little presentation. I was looking at her information sheet, and there's a lot of money that's available through redevelopment. I think it's a good idea, but I just caution all involved to move carefully and have a plan. And, you know, we've got a city engineer. And for instance, all this information I'm presenting here, and he is our planner. This comes from the American Planning Association. There's a link listed here. And I would encourage all parties to use the city engineer and use the planner's guide, which is available on Redevelopment. Thank you. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Mr. Everlott, come up front, please.
Hi, I'll be very brief since I've been here 3 times. I'm a little bit thankful that Mr. Morgan is halfway on my side. So
100% on your side.
Okay. I just wanted to bring you this paper so that you guys can understand. I know that we've talked several times about events and things like that that would bring people downtown. However, I just need for everybody to understand that there's so much more to that and so many angles that you can look at. I just want you all to know that this downtown Scottsboro group is not affiliated with this redevelopment authority that we're asking you all to bring forward. We are not interested in the grants. My group would like to do more event type things. But this group, this redevelopment authority, really needs to take place because there is a lot of money sitting out there for us to have, and we can get that. All these towns have this and are using it to their advantage, and I just feel like we are missing out. Scottsboro is a great place. I have a business on the square. I have a child that lives in this town. I mean, we need things to do, businesses to go to. I want to shop local, so I need to stress that as much as possible. There are just loads of opportunities. So I would really encourage anyone, Mr. Morgan has obviously researched this week, and if anybody would like to sit down with me and see if we could just figure out all the pluses for our city. I know that we have a commercial development, but I think this reaches even farther than what the commercial development can do. So you all just take that into consideration and read over that, and if you have any questions, please let me know.
We'll go to reports. Mr. Smith, do you have anything?
I have anything.
Mr. Gray?
Congratulations to everyone that was appointed tonight, and I appreciate everybody showing their interest in it. Thank you all for being here.
Mr. Miller?
I don't have anything.
Mr. Gary Stewart?
I don't have anything.
I don't either. So with that, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Make a motion to adjourn.
Have a second? Second. Vote, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no.